Alright, this is my audience. All 6 people. Alright, so how many of you have ever wondered about what you're going to do in your life or what career you wanted to choose, and you had to choose between 2 really difficult decisions? So a couple of you have. And I imagine that as you get a little older and you graduate college, you're going to really have to think pretty hard and thoughtfully about what you're going to end up doing and what you really want to do in your life. I personally am having to go through that because I have about a year left, and I'm having to decide kind of what I want to do for the rest of my life. So what job would best lead to me achieving that? So I'm going to talk about this book I've been reading. It's called Promise of a Pencil. And in it, the main character has to decide if he's going to stay with a very lucrative job or if he's going to go off and start a company that he's really passionate about and do that full time. So to start off with, the main character is working for a company called Bain, which is one of the top 3 consulting firms, and he's working out of New York City, which is kind of the major hub for activity in the United States. He took an externship though, where he started this non-for-profit company that builds houses or builds schools for children in really impoverished countries that do not have a chance to be educated. So, and this is really what he's passionate about. So he has to choose whether or not he's going to stick with the consulting company and do as kind of everyone has suggested he does, which is to work until he's in his late 40s, early 50s, and by then he'll have amassed enough wealth so that he can retire essentially, and then he can decide to run a non-for-profit, and he won't have to worry about money because he will be financially set for the rest of his life. And so he comes up with a difficult decision that he is going to quit the consulting firm, but then comes along another job offer that really seems quite appealing, and that is one of the adults who is one of the most successful people he's known since he grew up in a very affluent neighborhood. And he suggested that he suggested that Adam, the main character, decide to start this company for him, and he will provide the capital. He'll get health insurance, and the man said, all I really want is that your main focus is on my company, but when you're not working for me, then you can do all you want with the not-for-profit. Which really seemed like a great idea because it was going to be even more lucrative than his previous job. He was going to get stock options and all sorts of things. So he really had to think about that. And to wrap it up, what he ended up doing was he started talking with other people who were very successful and who he respected their opinions. One thing he talked to one man who he had dealt with through his not-for-profit organization, and he decided that, and the man asked him if he was the kind of man who could love 2 women at once or if he could only love one. And he was essentially asking him, would you be able to focus on 2 different companies at once and give them all the attention they need, or do you need to focus on just one? And once his mentor asked him that question, he knew from that point forward that he just needed to stick with the non-profit organization of Promise of a Pencil. in the end, it all worked out, and he ended up creating a very successful, very meaningful organization. He took a risk, and it ended up paying off very well in the end. He is in love with what he does, and he gets to make a real change in the world. So I would like to leave you with one thought, and that is that everyone can make a change. It just sometimes you have to make that leap of faith, and once you make that leap of faith, that's when you will be able to truly make an impact in the world. Thank you.